All right, we're given the position of a particle in the xy plane with the parametric equations x of t and y of t, and we're asked for the slope of the line tangent to the path at the point where t is 2. So, slope of the line tangent, we have to know means dy dx, right, evaluated when t is 2. And we then further need to know that in parametric, that's dy dt, or y prime of t, over x prime of t. So in this case, we want y prime of 2 over x prime of 2. That means we have to do a couple things, right? The first thing we have to do is differentiate both expressions. So let's go ahead and start with x of t, right? X of t is a 6t over a t plus 1. Well, that's going to be a quotient rule. There's really no way around it. There's no way to simplify that. So my x prime of t is going to be low d high minus high d low. Draw the line, square the low, right? And then I'm going to need x prime of 2, right, which is going to be a 3 times a 6 minus a 6 times a 2 all over a 3 squared. So I think I get 18 minus 12 over 9. So 6 over 9, or 2/3. Okay, cool. So that's x prime. Then I'm going to need to do the same thing with y of t. I'm going to make the argument that rather than do a quotient rule, although you certainly could, I'm going to rewrite y of t as a chain rule because I think that's easier, right? I just flipped up the t squared plus 4. You could have done the same thing for x and made it a product rule. I just don't think it makes your life better. I think with this one it does. So my y prime, I'm going to drop the negative 1 down in front and get an 8. T squared plus 4 to the negative second, and then times the derivative of the t squared plus 4. So that's actually pretty friendly. I'm just going to get a 16t on top of the t squared plus 4 quantity squared, right? And that means that when I find y prime of 2, I'm going to get that that's a 16 times 2 over what seems to be a 4 plus 4 quantity squared. So I think I get 32 over 64, which is a half. So now I come back up here with this number, and I recognize that what I'm looking for is 1/2 divided by 2/3. Well, that's a 1/2 times 3/2, which is a 3/4. So answer C.